Person that's innocent of a crime, nothing is a surprise when they finally prove that you're innocent. All you saying is, I told you so. Pretty much, like, this took this long. I've been saying this for 20 years. So at that point, at least that's been my experience. Like, it wasn't overwhelming because I knew it wasn't me. I knew the person they was describing. I just knew, like, I've been telling y'all this already. So now you finally see. I don't have no qualms about, her, being a vice president. I mean, I think that I believe she'll be great in that position, because I think, again, local politics are not global politics. It's a whole different beast. So, what she did locally to move here into this position and into this position, like, I just think she was bred that way, like by that culture, that political culture. Like, that's what they do. None of their hands are clean. But I also believe that, in second chances, I believe people who make bold statements, especially when they do it publicly, they have a greater risk of being exposed. Like, I love when politicians speak bold and put that out there, because now we really can hold them to account. So she's done that, but I don't have a problem with her being vice president or the president. If she had been nominated as the choice, I just think that it's not the same. What she did at this point is different from this point and different from this point. But personally, like, my case wasn't necessarily Jamal Truelove's case. It wasn't that deep, even though I believe the moves that she did, like not wanting to release me when clearly it was shown that I was, done wrong. I think it was just an opportune. Again, she was moving into a new position. She didn't want to ruffle any whatever feathers. But again, the newly elected DA, that's the first line of business. He came right in and, nope, we're not going to play these games. This is dismissed, period. And I totally respected him for that. Like, I would hope that she's learned from those mistakes. I couldn't ask for more than that from her. Like, because you did ruin a life, or a few lives, or a lot of lives. You've done that. But I think most of those politicians do that, by the way that they vote on particular things. Like, I just think none of their hands are clean. I can only hope that she, internalizes, the things that she's done wrong. I believe she's an opportunist, like the rest of them. Like, they're part. Like, I remember Barack Obama when he was first elected president. And I remember him specifically saying, he talked about in his speech, his State of the Union, he talked about the culture of Washington and how it was going to be difficult to change it, and how the real struggle is going to be to challenge the culture. And you can't blame the politicians until they become part of that culture and they perpetuate that culture. That's when you lay blame on them. But until then, they're going into a culture that they didn't create, that they don't control, just like those who go into prison system. I remember reading, this wise man once said, you don't judge the prisons by the inmates, you judge the inmates by the prison, because men are brutalized, by their environments. So, like, even me going into prison, I didn't create that violent culture. I didn't create it. But how I conducted myself while I was in there determines everything you need to know about my position in the prison. So I didn't become part of the bullshit. I didn't, become institutionalized. I used my time wisely as best as I could, and I made it out, and I'm doing great things now.